The Bengal famine, 1943, a silence that killed millions. In 1943, Bengal, one of the most fertile regions of British India, became a land of hunger. The rice fields were still green, markets still existed, yet people were dying on the streets. This was not a famine born solely of drought or natural disaster. It was a famine shaped by human decisions, made far from Bengal, by people who would never see the bodies piling up beside railway tracks. A war far away, hunger at home. World War II was raging. Japan had occupied Burma in 1942, cutting off a major rice supply to India. Panic spread through British administrators. Instead of stabilizing food access, they launched the denial policy, confiscating boats and rice stocks in coastal Bengal to prevent a potential Japanese invasion. The boats were livelihoods. The rice was survival. Bengal lost not just food, but the ability to transport what little food remained. At the same time, Britain redirected Indian grain to support its war effort and stockpiled food for European troops. Prices soared. Speculators hoarded rice. The poor, farm laborers, fishermen, widows, children were priced out of life itself. Starvation in a land of plenty. By mid-1943, famine tightened its grip. People sold everything: jewelry, cooking pots, land. Even their children's mothers diluted rice water to trick children into believing they had eaten. Fathers walked miles with skeletal bodies hoping to find work or relief, only to collapse by the roadside. Calcutta, the imperial capital of Bengal, became a city of death. Corpses lay on sidewalks. Municipal workers collected bodies each morning like garbage. Dogs and vultures fed on the dead. Hospitals turned people away, not because they were full, but because starvation was not considered a medical condition. The British response, Winston Churchill's wartime government, was informed repeatedly. Ships carrying grain passed Indian ports, destined for Europe. Requests for emergency food imports were delayed or rejected. When asked why food was not sent to Bengal, Churchill reportedly remarked that Indians were breeding like rabbits. Relief efforts came late and were insufficient. When food finally arrived, millions were already beyond saving. By the end of 1943, an estimated 3 million people were dead, not from disease or war, but from hunger in a food-producing region. Aftermath and erasure. No official apology was issued during British rule. There were no mass trials, no reparations, few monuments. The famine faded into footnotes, overshadowed by the war and later by India's independence in 1947. Survivors carried trauma for life. Children who grew up fearing food would disappear again. The famine reshaped Indian politics. It fueled anti-colonial anger and exposed the deadly indifference of imperial governance. Many historians now describe it as a man-made famine, a crime of neglect rather than nature.